Welcome back to module 14.4. So in this lecture video, I'm going to show you how to subtract rational expression. So we're going to do exactly the same thing as the previous video of how to add rational expression. Except here, when we simplify, we're going to have this subtraction sign or negative sign in the middle when we do simplify the numerators. So let's give this a try, okay? X squared plus x minus 42. Let's find the LCD by first factoring each denominators. So x and x, 6 and 7 is 42. So that will be positive 7 on the outer, negative 6 in the inner. All right, the other denominator is x plus 7. That cannot be factored, so that will still be x plus 7. So as you can see, what repeated between the two denominator is the x plus 7, so we count that one time. The x minus 6 did not repeat, count that one time. All right, so this is my LCD. So now, let me just write the LCD one time rather than two different times. So instead of looking at this original denominator, let's look at the one in factor form. What does the LCD has that the first denominator do not have? So what it's saying is my first denominator will go into LCD how many times? It will only go into it one time because everything got canceled out. So when you say the denominator has nothing missing compared to the LCD, that simply means they're all canceled out. So it's only one time. So we take that one times our numerator, which is 3x minus 8, minus 6 times second denominator, x plus 7 is missing the x minus 6. So that means the x plus 7 will go into the LCD x minus 6 times. So we take that x minus 6 times my numerator. All right, so this is my numerator now. So I'm going to simplify it here on the side. 1 times 3x minus 8, if I do a distribution, that will still be 3x minus 8. All right, negative 6, do a distribution, that's negative 6x, positive 36. So 3x minus 6x is negative 3x. Negative 8 plus 36, or 36 minus 8. 36 minus 8 is 28. Alright, so this cannot be factored, so that will be my numerator, negative 3x plus 28 over my LCD. Just write them in factor form, that will be fine. Alright, that's all it is to it. Same step over and over. Alright, let's try this one, okay? So let's factor my first denominator. 3x squared minus 5x minus 12. Let's see. For my 3x, I'm going to do x and 3x. For the 12, I'm going to use 3 and 4. I know 3 cannot go into with the 3x, so I'll put 3 here, 4 with the 3x. My inner is 9, my outer is 4. I need negative 5 in the middle. Since my last sign is negative, that's 1 positive, 1 negative. So to end up with negative 5 in the middle, I need negative 9x in the inner and positive 4x on the outer. All right, 4x squared minus 9x minus 9. For 4x squared, I'm going to use 2x and 2x. 9, I'm going to use 3 and 3. So will that work? That's not going to work because that's actually going to be 6 and 6, which is not 9. So let's try something else. Can I do 2x and 2? Can I use 4x and x and 3 and 3? Sure, I can. Because now my outer is 12, my inner is 9. So that combined will give me 9 in the middle if I subtract. Alright, since my last sign is also negative, the choice for the sign is positive and negative. To end up with a negative 9 in the middle, I got to give the negative to the higher of the two. So that means my outer need to be negative 12. That's 4x times negative 3. This is positive. So now my LCD, let's see. Who repeated? Ooh, that's tricky. 3x plus 4. This is 4x plus 3. So x minus 3 repeated. So we count that one time. All right. 3x plus 4 did not repeat. Count that one time. 4x plus 3 did not repeat. Count that one time. So this is my LCD. All right, so let's write it over here on the side here. So my LCD, x minus 3 times 3x plus 4 times 4x plus 3. All right, let's see. Let's see what we can go into. So what does my LCD has that the first denominator do not have? The first denominator is missing 4x plus 3. So we take that, 4x plus 3, times my numerator, which is x minus 4. So the x minus 4, the numerator also need to increase 4x plus 3 times, minus. All right, ax plus 6 is one numerator, put them in the parenthesis, times. What does my LCD has that the second denominator is missing? It's actually missing 3x plus 4, so the second denominator can go into LCD 3x plus 4 times. We'll take that times my numerator. All right, so let's simplify, okay? So this whole thing is my numerator. So x minus 4 times 4x plus 3 minus ax minus 6 times 3x plus 4. All right, so I got two terms here. Both terms I got to do FOIL methods. So let's do FOIL methods just by looking at it. X times 4x is 4x squared. Negative 4 times positive 3 is negative 12. My outer is 3. Inner is negative 16. Negative 16 plus 3 is negative 13. X. All right, be careful here, okay? This is FOIL method first before I times by the negative 1. So ax times 3x is 24x squared. The last thing I do is negative 6 times positive 4 is negative 24. All right. My outer is 32. Inner is negative 18. 32 minus 18. That will tell me my middle term is going to be positive 14x. But now remember now, all these guys, all these three terms is supposed to be in the parenthesis, right? Because all I did was multiplying, do the FOIL method, with a negative 1 that will do a distribution. So that will actually change all the signs to the opposite one. So basically we can go ahead and say this 24x squared is going to be negative. This positive 14x will now turn into negative. This negative 24 is going to turn into positive, okay? So let's combine. All right, 4x squared minus 24x squared, that would be, oops, what happened? That would be negative 20x squared. All right, negative 13x minus 14x, negative 27x. All right, negative 12 plus 24, that will be positive 12. So I'm going to try to factor this, okay? I'm going to try to factor this because I know, let me just see if I can factor this and cancel with whatever I got down here. So the first thing I'm going to do is factor out a negative, okay, make my leading term x squared positive. I'm going to do that first. So that's 20x squared plus 27x minus 12. Let's see if I can factor this. For the 20, I can use 4 and 5. For the 12, I can use 3 and 4 or 6 and 2. 3 and 4. 3 and 4. I'm not going to put 4 with 4, so I'm going to put 3 with the 4x, 4 right here. Now my outer is 16. My inner is 15. So that will give me 31. So that's not going to work. Let me use 6 and 2. 6 and 2 ain't going to work. 6 and 2 ain't going to work, right? Because if I will use 6 and 2 for that 12, don't matter where I put the 6 over the 2, I'm going to have a greatest common factor that I don't have. Let's see. 20, I can use 2 and, so maybe I'm not supposed to using 4 and 5. So let's give this a try, okay? Let's use a different number for the 20. Maybe I can use 2 and 10. And for the 12, I can use 3 and 4. Well, again, 3 doesn't matter where the 3 go or the 4 go, you're gonna have a greatest common factor you don't have. So, so after we try all the ways, probably you can say that this cannot be factored. So my numerator will just now be negative 20x squared minus 27x plus 12 over my LCD, x minus 3, 3x plus 4, and 4x plus 3. So let me make sure I did not make any mistake here. 32 minus 18. Yeah. Negative 24. 24. No, I think that's it. Alrighty. Alright, let's try another one. Okay, this one, it just got 3 denominators. Okay, so this is a little bit of work to find the LCD. But that's okay, we can try it. X squared minus x minus 20. I'm just going to factor it right here. So that's x and x. 20, I can use 4 and 5. To end up with a negative 1 in the middle is negative 5, positive 4. Alright. X squared minus 2x minus 15. Let's see. That's x and x. 15, I can use what? 3 and 5. Since the last sign is negative, the choice for the sign is 1 positive, 1 negative. So to end up with negative 2, I got to have a negative 5 and positive 3. X squared plus 7x plus 12, I can use 3 and 4 for my 12. And the sign got to be both positive. Since the last sign is positive on the 12, the two signs are the same in the parenthesis. Since the middle term is positive 7, I got to have both positive here. So let's see who repeated, who did not. I see the x plus 4 repeated, so we count that one time. Between two denominators. The plus 3 repeated between the two, between any two, so count that one time. The minus 5 repeated between the first two, count that one time. So that would be my LCD of this big old thing. So that's plus 4, plus 3, and minus 5. All right, so let's check it out. My first denominator versus my LCD. What does the LCD have that the first denominator do not have? It's missing a x plus 3, so we take that times my numerator x. All right, minus 1 minus x times my second denominator compared to LCD is missing the x plus 4, so we take the x plus 4 times my numerator 1 minus x minus 3x times 3x is only one term, right? Don't need a parenthesis. My third denominator, what does LCD has that the third denominator do not have? You don't have an x minus 5, so we take that times the numerator. All right, so now let's simplify, okay? This is a big old thing I need to simplify. X times x plus 3 is my first term. So if I do a distribution, it's x squared plus 3x. My second term is negative 1 times 1 minus x times x plus 4. So once I do my FOIL method, all my sign, then all three terms got to times by negative 1. So I'm going to do it right below here, okay? 1 times x is 1x. 1 times positive 4 is positive 4. Negative x squared and negative 4x. All right, so now use a negative 1 to do distribution. I'm not going to combine like that. I'm going to do it just in a minute. So that will be negative x minus 4 plus x squared plus 4x. My last term is negative 3x times x minus 5. So another distribution that will give me negative 3x squared plus 15x. All right, now let's combine like terms. So that's x squared plus another x squared minus 3x squared is negative x squared. All right, let's try again. 3x minus x is 2x. 2x plus 4x is 6x. 6 plus 15 is 21x. Positive 21x. Got it. All right, and the only thing I got is negative 4. Okay. I don't think this can be simplified. I don't think this can be factored. So my numerator, negative x squared plus 21x minus 4, whole thing over the LCD, plus 3 plus 4 and minus 5. Alrighty, so make sure we're not making any mistakes. X 4 negative x squared negative 4x, changing signs. That's negative, negative, positive, positive. That's negative and that's positive. Yep. So 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 minus 3 is negative 1. 3x minus x is 2. 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 plus 15 is 21. And then negative 4. Okay? So adding and subtracting rational expression is basically very similar steps. Find the LCD. And then find its equivalent fraction. Then we just simplify the numerator. After I simplify the numerator, then we can try to factor them out, see if anything can be reduced with the denominator. Okay, that will conclude this lecture video. Thank you for watching.